Hi students, I'm a geography teacher. So today we are going to discuss very important chapter, very vital chapter regarding that our environment. So in this chapter, basically we are going to discuss about the environmental management and the land use pattern. In the first video, in this part, we are going to discuss only about the environmental management and how we can shape our environment, what is the development, what is the sustainable development, and what are the goals of the sustainable development. Again and again, we have to discuss in this video. Let's start. So first, before starting this chapter, we have to know the environmental development. Previous in the every class we have already learned about the environment. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the development. So the term of the development can be understood in the better both of the broader and the narrow meaning. In the broader meaning, if you want to sense the sense, that is the development conveys the ideas of the improvement. Okay, there must be improvement, there must be some progress, well-being, and the aspiration of the better life to constituents the vision for the society as a whole of and how to achieve it. So it is the broader meaning is the progress, is the improvement, well-being, aspiration. So this terminology or this this word must be there, progress must be there, improvement of the society must be there, well-being of the society must be there, aspiration for the better life, that is considered as the development. Okay, so there is a vast difference between the growth and development. Growth, it may be the, if you take example, growth is you can say the quantitative, but the development always is the qualitative. Okay, that is the one is the quality, means the growth in the sense you can say that the one city, there is a population around a town before before past year the population was 2 lakhs, but this time the population has been changed is the 5 lakh. So this the 2 lakh to 5 lakh means the 3 lakh population, that is the growth. But development was the, if the population is already increased in that city, A or B city it may be, so the sanitation, the drainage, the street, then the roadways, and the, you can see the all type of facilities are available or not there. Okay, available or not there. So that is called the development. So there is always a difference. There is always difference between the growth and development. Growth and development. Okay, in the narrow sense, if you want to, it refers to the move of the limited goals that's increasing the rate of the economic growth. Okay, and sometimes it is also called the Eurocentric development. Why it is Eurocentric? So if your per capita income is very high, if you have a car, if you have, you can see the all materialistic life, all materialistic thing with you, so that time it is called the growth or the economic growth. If your GDP is high, so that time you can, it is called as a growth. But the development, including that these or the per capita income, education, health facilities, roadways, transport, okay, all these facilities or the, you can say, considered all together make some, that's the development. Okay, so coming to the next slide, why the so if you want to the definition of the you can say the benefits of the different societies that can be development has been identified with the complementing the project of like the factories, dam, hospital, national schools, high schools, so you can see the national highways. Okay, all these things is the development, it may be the development. Okay, and some sections like industries have the benefited of the, while the other sectors in the primary sector. So if there is an industry, so the industrialized or the industry one, so all the other sector means the tertiary and the primary sector, they can get benefited from there. So this is the more or less definition or the definition of the development. But whatever the construction of the dam, construction of the hospital, construction of the highways, that may be for the certain time it is a very huge development for you, but in the same time it can be the, you can say the bad, you can say the drawbacks for the other section. If you take example one thing, that is the dam, construction of the dam. If you construct a dam, so that time what, that there would be the production of the electricity, there may be the fishery can be done, or there may be the water supply can be during the drought season. But in the same time, what happened, if we construct a dam surrounding the area, some lakhs of people, or the tribal people, or the of the and has to be or have to be relocated from that area, dam area, to the another area. Okay, on biodiversity, or the you can say the construction, or you can say the biosphere can be destroyed due to this fact. Okay, so whatever the you are thinking in the aspect that is the development aspect of development, that can be the drawbacks, or that can be the you can say the not developed for the other society peoples of the other societies. Okay, so this can be vary from one country to another. So next come to the what is sustainable development. So development previously in the 17th century, 18th century, this terminology widely developed, that is the development means the per capita income. If your country has the highest GDP, so that time your country is developed. Okay, if you are not, so that time the underdeveloped. In this basis, the world country can be divided into three types: the developed, okay, then come to the underdeveloped and the developing nations. Okay, so they divide on the basis of the per capita income. But now this time new terminology has been added, that is the sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development can be defined as the approach of the you can say the economic development of the country without compromising the quality of the life of the environment for the future generation. Okay, and perhaps you know, when in 1992 there is a World Summit, so that time it is also the Agenda 21 also have been taken. Okay, Brundtland Commission also have been taken. This type of development there should be that the you use the all the resources of the environment, but you can deny the development of the future generation. You have to quality environment must be there, and also you cannot deny the future generation. If you have a coal, if you have a petroleum, all type of you can say conventional resources, non-renewable resources with you, but that resources have to use in a sustainable manner that the future generation or the coming generation can use these resources. So this is the main objectives of the sustainable development. Okay, so this thing, if you can in the name of the economic development, the price of the environmental damage we are paying, the land degradation, soil erosion, air pollution, water pollution, deforestation, all these occurring in that. So if you develop your nature, if you develop your environment without hampering the environment, so that time it is called the sustainable development. Okay, perhaps I have made it clear. So damage may be suppress the advantages and having the more quality and output of the goods or services. So this can be happen. So what are the goals of the sustainable development? If you want to discuss? So to promote this kind of development, that minister you can see the minimize the environmental problem. So if you construct a dam, so that time you always try to reduce the minimum adverse effect of this environment. Okay, so this you have to remember always. So that's why if nowadays if you construct a industry, if you want to construct a dam, so that time all the environmentalists, they always try to cope up the problem. If we construct the dam in this situation, in this time, so what would be in the future? What would be if there is adverse effect on the environment? So all the execution is done. After that, the dam is set up. So this we have to remember. Then come to meet our you can say to meet the needs of the existing generation without compromising the quality of the environment of the future generation. This is the main two goals. Okay, already in 2000 I can say the 2020 already some of the goals has been announced by the UN. Okay, there you can say the 17 goals of the worldwide, 17 goals to transform our world in better way. This is the sustainable development. Perhaps number one, the no poverty, so zero hunger, poverty will be not there, zero hunger will be there. Third is the good health and well-being. Quality education must be given to the all children of the world. Okay, then come to the gender equality must be there. There should not be any gender inequality in our society, in our world, in our earth. So that should be considered. Clean water and the sanitization, that should be affordable, and clean energy, the energy which or the cannot create any type of pollution. Okay, then come to decent work and economic growth. Workplace should be decent. Your work should not be, you cannot work like a slave. So economic growth must be there. Industry, innovation and the you can see the infrastructure must be there, reduced inequalities must be there, sustainable cities, and you can see the communities should be there, responsible you can say the consumption and the production. You have to be responsible, consumption is that should be limited, and what about the production, that will be 13. You can see the climate action, whatever the due to the you can see the emission of the carbon dioxide, emission of the number of gases, our climate get degraded, our climate is changing, temperature is increasing, so that should be you can say the decrease. So climate action should be IPCC, that should be okay, inter panel governmental, that climate governmental should be set up, and you can say the life on the land, so that should be life on the below of water, that should be you have to ensure that they are living fishes, number of species who are living in the ocean, who are living in the who are surviving in the sea, river, their life also we have to conserve. Peace, justice, and the strong institution must be there. And 7, you can say that perhaps you can see that is the partnership, or you can say for the goals, partnership for the goals. So to attain this all type of goals, 17 goals, you have to make a partner with the. So this is the types of the goals. Okay, then come to what are the broader objectives of the environmental management includes. What are the objectives of the environmental management? To identify the environmental problem and to find out its solution, to restrict and regulate the exploitation and utilization of the natural resources, then to regenerate you can say the degraded environment and renew natural resources, to control environmental pollution and gradation, to reduce the impact of the extreme events and natural disasters. Suddenly we strike on the Yash, so this time you can say that previously Amphan, so these have to impact should be extreme impact should be decreased, to make optimum utilization of the natural resources. So optimum uses of the resources must be there, to assess the process impact of the proposed project and activities of the environment, to review and revise the existing technologies, whatever the technology we have, that should be reviewed, that should be considered revised again and again, to make our environment, to make ourselves eco-friendly. Okay, so this thing we have to do again and again. You formulate, then come to if you want to formulate the laws for the implementation of the environmental protection and the conservation program. Number of laws already introduced in India. So there we can see that the Forest Act 1972, Tiger Project Tiger 1973, Project Crocodile 1992. So these are the project, or these are the you can see the initiative which are taken by the governments of India or every governments of world countries. They have taken some measures, they have taken some I can see the laws or the measurements to decrease this type of degradation of the environment. Okay, so environment can be managed in a sustainable manner. Okay, so this much for today. Thank you for watching this video.